Hello everybody again, it's LuckyJack20, welcoming you back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. And in the last episode we were starting off Freezeezy Peaks, so here I am, doing this whole twinkly game. You're just gonna ground pound the box and watch them go. Now the attack I like using on the twinkly munchers, or whatever they're called, would be the peck attack. I don't know why, it just seems... that one always just kinda helps, that way it kinda lasts a little bit longer. You can also fly a little bit up to them. Okay, you want to get like a pattern going. That way it's like this. There we go. Okay, now that I found my way, it should be a lot easier. So, anyway, sorry this episode's out a little bit later than usual. Usually I have them like right at the crack of dawn, being that it's a break for me, but you know how it is. Want to sleep in and whatnot. Anyway, I'm hoping to get most of this world done, or everything set up so that I can get the rest of it done. Oh man, that's the last one. Alright. Now, wait a minute. Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna get one last thing over here. Because we're gonna be running over here really quickly, and I just want to get these things. You can run on top of this present stack where we got the move from bottles. And then we go, okay. Just gonna walk around here. There's the move where we got, but no more moves. And come on, up. There we go. Yeah, I believe those snowball throwing snowmen are Sir Slushes, and I don't quite like them very much. Like, as far as enemy goes, they're like the cheapest ones, I think. They can home in at you. Well, thank God the snowballs don't actually home in on you after they're thrown. They won't like move towards you or anything, but they have really good aim. Like hit you while you're flying in midair type of aim. Anyway, once again, you can either roll into them, which will take 2 attacks, or use your peck attack to break those little ice cube things. Obviously, that was the wrong way to shoot out the egg. Obviously, pecking them will probably do better because you're actually breaking the ice, not slapping it. Okay. Okay, now as soon as you hit 3 eggs into that on switch, start running, because the tree's gonna turn on and says be a star. What that basically means is you're gonna have to fly through the middle of the star on the top of the tree 3 times. So we're just gonna run over here. Up. Trust me, those 100 feathers we got is gonna help a lot now. This is like the world that you'll be flying around the most, actually, I think. But so I'm gonna try and get rid of all that flying stuff just right now. Okay, one more. Shoot. Here, I'm gonna go out a bit and. Oh, perfect, it's gonna be right in the middle. Awesome. Get through 3 times and you'll see that there's a jiggy inside the tree that now it's just been freed. But I'm not gonna go after that yet. I wanna get all this flying stuff done first. Now, you're gonna beak buster, or beak bomb, beak bomb, my bad. Charge into all the buttons on the snowman. Lie down here. Just kinda make little, almost kind of like figure 8s around the front of it. That way you can just set yourself up right. This ought to be good. Bam. And you'll see a jiggy down there. We're not going to get it quite yet though. Still, one more thing we can do while flying, which is get rid of these dang Sir Slushes. So the way to get rid of them is, you'll notice on their hat there's a red X on it. There it is. Just do a quick beak bomb into it. Bam. You're gonna want to get rid of all of them. There's one over there on that ridge, one out here in this little island in the middle of the village. Go. There. You can see he dropped a hollow honeycomb. We'll get that later. One down here. Luckily, if you get hit, it won't take you out of flying mode. It'll just knock you back a bit. Alright, I'm gonna get him this time. Dead on. Awesome. Switch there. Get that in a sec. One here, Mumbo token. And let's go back and get that last one. Well, we got a couple more flying feathers left. And this ought to do it. And with the last slush defeated, you see a Jiggy appear on the top of the snowman's hat. Now then, we're gonna fly our way over here where you'll see the scarf, where the scarf touches the ground. There we go. Whoa. What type of sound was that? I was planning on making a falling down, a sliding down sound, but that sounded weird. Anyway, I'm not gonna get that honeycomb thing just yet. I just wanted to, break it, get it out of the way. Because enemies do not respawn, which I love in this game. Sure, it makes it a little bit easier, but at least that's one more thing you don't have to worry about. Banjo-Kazooie, I think, is where they respawn, which it's not necessarily bad or hard. It just sometimes gets annoying when you're just having to find yourself killing the same dang enemies that can only be killed with gold feathers over and over again. Anyway, we're just gonna walk around the scarf here. Gonna want to be a little careful, because if you fall down at this height, it gets ugly. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for a sec and jump up here. Hup. Alright. Now we're going to walk down the pipe, and inside the pipe is our first Jiggy I've collected. Dang, we're already about halfway through the video and I just collected one. Oh, well, as you're seeing, I'm more setting them up that way I can just run by and get them all. Technically, I should have 4 Jiggies if I was to stop and get every last one I've gotten, but once again, it's all for convenience sake. Fly to the top of the hat here. And I've tried this. I've tried beat bombing, like charging through the ice. Well, that's nice. He knocked me into the Jiggy, but no, I've tried beat bombing into this little ice cube thing. I think it's called Chiggers, but it does not work. You have to fight it foot to foot. Anyway, I'm just gonna speed this up a bit because it's just me running, getting notes over here, and there. Now, what you want to do, make it that way you're facing this mountain here, go to the right, and jump and pray. Time a feather flap, and as you saw, I was landing on something. It's the broom. Just know that it's to the right of the snowman's head, and the snowman's head is facing that mountain, so, there we go. Now, we're going to want to jump onto the sled now. We've done everything we can do on the snowman's head. Actually, pretty much everything we can do in the snowman. And we got Mumbo token on the ride over. That's better. You found my sled. I'll go and practice for the big race now. See you, buddy. And he runs off into the distance. And we get our second Jiggy finally. So now we can finally. So now Boggy's no more all that. Ugh. Okay, that should be good. Now. But yeah, if you've noticed, the ground is actually quite slippery, if you haven't already realized that. And if you're to walk as Banjo, you'll slip, but as long as you go in Talon Trot like this, you won't slip. So I kind of prefer to travel like that, if you're wondering. No one wonders why I do anything anymore. They just sit down and enjoy the ride, and nowadays. Okay, we get all the notes, now we can get this Jiggy finally. Alright, now then, I'm gonna jump over here. I'm just gonna head over to the village now, click some of the things we got. Get these notes first. We're already doing good, we're almost halfway there now. Gonna skip those notes for the time being for a sec. Gonna jump over to Mumbo's house. Ugh. Oh yeah, by the way, the water is really ice cold, so you take damage from it. Not every time you step in it, but like every second or two that you're in it, you take damage. And we got plenty of Mumbo tokens for this. Heck, we were able to get enough for Mad Monster Mansions before we got enough for this place. Now, get these notes up top. You're going to want to make sure you do that. We'll jump down and pay up our 15. And there you go. We are a walrus. All we need is a bucket and we're good. But I'm going to forget about the bucket for now, and we're just going to head on and get some of the jiggies we can get as this new walrus-like form. First of all, I'm actually going to want to get these notes up here I skipped. And as you can see, there's all these notes underwater, which would have been a pain to try and use our life to get them all. So why not use the walrus's form to just get them and not take any damage at all? So it makes sense to me. Ain't not. Okay. Now we got those. I'm gonna skip the honeycomb for now, because once again it seemed like it'd be better later. And just to fix up traveling time, we're gonna run over here to Boggy again. Hey, Mr. Walrus, fancy a race? Hop on the sled. Bleh. Okay. Jump on the sled, and you'll begin the race. Wait, all you gotta do is steer your sled through the red slalom gates and beat me to the end. Got it? 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off. Now there's a trick I've realized. I don't know if it was in a magazine or web article. I don't know what it was, but I guess some people were interviewing people from Rare. The company did this, and apparently the thing about these races like this, and like with that old Snapper crocodile thing we did back at the swamp, the characters, to kind of break the fourth wall, they're programmed so that the farther you are ahead of them, the faster they're gonna go. Doesn't matter what distance you are. Like, I could be really ahead of him, he's gonna race really quick. If I'm really far behind him, he'll go really quick. So I guess the trick with some of these is to stay just a hair in front of them. If you go too far, too fast, they're gonna get insanely quick and pass you up. I mean, you can still probably beat them going really fast, but it's not recommended. Something that you can use to your advantage though in these races is jumping. Like down this. See, I'm already up ahead of them. These guys can't jump and thus cannot make use of their aerodynamicness. And you can jump up this thing, jump up the ramp there and just get a really quick boost there. And that's pretty much all you need to know for this race, which isn't too hard. Yeah, you do need to race someone your size. Alright, so now that's done, we can go and get the first prize Jiggy for this race. Now, a walrus. Wow, another walrus, take this! But watch out for a smelly brown bear. Okay, yeah. If you were to walk up to him in Banjo-Kazooie form, he would have ran inside, because I guess he's really afraid of bears, even though he's about 10 times the size of you. But if he comes as a walrus, he comes in peace. It gives you a Jiggy, which is always good by me. Now, as a walrus, walk back into his cave, and you'll notice down here there's a little tunnel into a secret passageway. So now you can just go down here. Imagine trying to do this as Banjo-Kazooie. I would not want to do it as them. And we get the second... what was I saying? Just a quick... bleh. The second empty honeycomb piece. This other one you saw was back in the village, so I'm gonna go get that, but I don't know if I'll have enough time to get that all the way, but I'm just gonna run quickly. There's something we can get in here as Banjo-Kazooie, but I'm not gonna get that just quite yet. But let it be known, we're on the home stretch. Only a couple more things and a kind of difficult challenge, but all in all, we're pretty much almost done with this place. Jump down here, get a little Mumbo token in the center of this little lake-like thing. Over there you'll see another present, so we might as well head on over and get it. There's 3 of these, 1 blue, 1 green, and 1 red. We already got the blue one on the snowman, so, you know, I'm almost there. Pretty much, like, this episode pretty much could describe we're 2/3 of the way in pretty much everything. Alright, but probably only gonna have enough time to change back into Banjo and just get ready for the next part, so, well, I'm Lucky Jack 20, continuing my Let's Play of Banjo-Kazooie. See you on the next part, where I guess we'll finish off the rest of Freezeezy Peaks as Banjo-Kazooie. See you later, guys.